Welcome to Time with Thebsian. Friends, today we will look into the classification of medical devices. We know that about 2 million different types of medical devices are available in the market. They are broadly classified into 4 groups: Class 1, Class 2, Class 3 and Class 4. When Class 1 medical devices represent the majority of medical devices which don't need to be, the majority of the Class 1 devices requires no standard testing before clearing for sale. Toothbrush is a simple example for that. It is the onus of the manufacturer of medical devices to make sure whether they manufacture Class 1, Class 2 or Class 3 or Class 4 devices, they have to make sure that these devices are safe for handling by human beings. The Class 1, Class 2 and Class 3 medical. So Class 2 are little more common medical devices that requires only declaration. So Class 1 devices are at a low risk, and as I mentioned earlier, no detailed data need be supplied to the regulatory agencies regarding the Class 1 devices. Class 2 products are giving only moderate risk and are declared via 510 declarations. Class 3 products are at risk and they need pre-market approval by applying for regulatory agencies. Let us look into some of the examples of Class 1 devices. There are electric toothbrushes, tongue depressors, oxygen mask, reusable surgical scalpel bandages and hospital bandages. Class 2 medical devices are more complicated than Class 1 medical devices and present a higher category of risk, and they likely come into prolonged contact with the patient. A patient's cardiovascular or systemic or urethra or catheter. According to FDA, the definition, device for which general controls are insufficient to provide reasonable assurance. And the safety and effectiveness of the device has to be documented. Examples of Class 2 medical devices are catheters, blood pressure cuffs, pregnancy test kits, syringes, blood transfusion kits, contact lenses, surgical gloves, and absorber switches, and many of them are coming into direct contact with the living tissue. Class 3 devices as products which usually sustain or support life. They are implanted or present as a potential material for life support. Only just 10% of the devices are coming into the Class 3. Examples of Class 3 devices are breast implants, pacemakers, defibrillators, cochlear implants, that is the implants for the ear, then blood sampling, machines and implanted prostheses like liver implants or kidney implants, artificial kidneys, artificial pancreas, etc. And there are another class of medicines, another class of devices, and there are another class of devices that are added presently to the group of medical devices that are equipments majority, ultrasound, MRI machines, PET, CT scanners, X-ray machines, and like chemotherapy machines, like large single source X-ray machines. And here we have to think about the USP when you think about the classification of medical devices. As I mentioned earlier, USP has got an important role in classification of medical devices, especially that of plastics, which are carried out or set up for classifying plastics that are used as containers for medicines or tubings for IV sets, or implant materials for catheters, for urinary catheters or blood catheters. Time with Thebsians this week, the topic is very short, and we are going to have one more presentation in relation with this topic, and I will be waiting for you to come and attend that Time with Thebsian next week.